So that would be, yeah. So that would be very beneficial, I shall say. Um, Yeah, with the formal email, regarding the formal email, yes, I do believe that is very useful, and that's something that I've been using right now as well. The formal email, I think it should be very like standardized, like here someone, yeah, and just to basically introduce yourself, where you come from, like briefly talk about your background, and briefly maybe mention how you can contribute to the team. If you don't know how exactly, you can just say that this is an opportunity that I really want to take and I really want to join your team to learn something. The interview questions, yeah, like they were very pretty standard. They were asking more about my qualification, like what exactly do I want to do in the future? Why do I want to join this company? And regarding this, the last question, I think my advice would be like looking through, basically when you open the website of this company and you would click on the page that is like about the company, like read through that, maybe read through some sort of like news articles that has been released about this company, or read through certain products, for instance, right? Because like, yeah, like I knew some products that Sanofi were producing, and since my degree comes from more engineering and manufacturing side, so I was kind of curious about their processes as well, like what they were using. So regarding the challenges, like as I said, since I was working for 4 months remotely, it was very challenging for me with the time difference, since it's like I think 5 hours difference between London and Kazakhstan. So yeah, like I would need to wake up at 5 a.m. in London to join the meetings every day. Also, I would like to also note the fact that it's not only people, like new people are joining every time, and it just so happened that when I joined the company, my manager, she has also changed, so she was adapting into it, I was adapting as well, so it might be the case as well, which means that you have to prepare yourself to work very quickly, to learn very quickly, because as an intern, you would be responsible for certain files. So you would need to make sure that you understand what you're doing and submitting it on time, because afterwards those files would be used by the executive members, right, to do their own changes in the future. So that led to some sort of miscommunications between me and my manager. And what I would advise you to do is, first of all, be calm, because those type of situations, they always happen and there's nothing wrong with it. And the second advice would be just to talk it out, or maybe to find someone else like in your team to basically conduct this problem with. But eventually, by the end of my internship, I went back home for the holidays, and as you can see in the picture here in the slides, this is my team. Um, so these were the people that were working with me for that internship period, and honestly, I'm very happy that I've joined this team, because yeah, we've had like the group meetings, we went like on a team building basically, and that was very interesting and fun, and in the end you just actually realize that, yeah, like apart from work, like you could actually meet genuinely nice people who would understand you, even though like they did understand me and all the challenges that I have faced, but they also be like, yeah, but you understand that it's a work environment, so we have to like make sure that work is kind of away from like from the friendship or whatever. Yeah, basically, what else would I wanted to add is that as someone who is looking for a job right now, and if you are looking for an internship, please like be patient. It's okay, take your time. Also, like do remember the fact that um, it's not the person who is looking for a position, it's position that recognizes the person. So if you do know that you are capable of doing this, and if you do know that this job is suitable for you, the only thing that matters is for you to actually show them that you are capable of doing it. And once you are able to persuade them, you would easily get this opportunity, basically. So yeah, if you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to say them out loud here, and I'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, so we can also, would you mind sending us your email or any kind of contact method so that we can like contact you in the future if we have any questions, because some of us may be very shy to
Yeah,
actually
sure.
ask. Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah. So meanwhile, if anyone have any questions for any of our presenters or any of them or like all of them, you can like feel free to ask them. Yeah. So this meeting is recorded as well. It's recorded midway. Yeah. Okay, so I don't think anyone has any questions. I actually do have a question though. So this is a kind of like a pre-submitted question. Basically, we would like to know if there are any differences, say, between maybe a foreign internships application process or like how do you find the channel for applying to a foreign branch of Sanofi, or is it like is it on the same website for like international applications?
So how it happened with me is, okay, first of all, thank you for the question. It's a really good question. Because as I said, I've applied through the local website. So I presume that it is a little bit different since you cannot find them on the global Sanofi website. And my department, we were working not only in Kazakhstan. I mean, the office was in Kazakhstan, but we were basically doing all the supply chain duties for other 9 countries in Central Asia, including Russia, Georgia, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, yeah, those countries. So I believe for the post-USSR countries, it is a little bit different. They have their own HR. So it might be like that in your country is the same. For us in Kazakhstan, we would have this local platform where all the job listings would be. And as like I've been looking for jobs here in UK, and they using totally like their own sites, websites.
Okay, and there's another question for all presenters here, if you're still in the chat. So would there be like any reasons you choose like an industry internship or like a research internship in particular? Would it relate to your career trajectories, or would it would like just any kind of internship be just good for like applying to other positions in the future?
I can answer to that question if you want me to.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, depends on your career aspirations. If you know like that majorly you do want to see yourself in pharmaceutical industry, for instance, I guess any type of internship, like in any division, would be okay. But if you know, for instance, that you do certainly see yourself working in R&D, for instance, obviously it would be beneficial for you if you do an internship in R&D. And for me, it was a little bit different because I wasn't sure yet. And I knew, for instance, that in Kazakhstan, I wouldn't be able to do any R&D internship in a globally known company as Sanofi, right? Because there is no such manufacturing facility there. And as a person who's bound to visa and due to COVID, I wasn't able to find an internship here in UK. And that was the reason why I did my internship in supply chain. So I would advise you, like, depending on where you're looking at, if you know for sure that this is something that you want to do afterwards, then yeah, like doing internship in that division would be good. And afterwards, you can apply to graduate road scheme in the same division. So you would definitely will stand out.
Yeah, so if there are no any other questions from the audience,
Sorry,
then we
I have a
can.
question.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Hi, my name is Shen Yong. I'm a first
Hi.
year biological sciences student.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask like any of the speakers if they have ever considered a term time research internship or any other internship during the term time, and like if they know anyone and how they are coping with like the term time internship with like studies and stuff. Yeah.
I don't have experience doing a term time internship myself, but I've heard of people who have. In the biological sciences degree, I think there have been people who, I don't know if you can call it an internship, if you're more like they assist in the lab and they help in the lab. But I've heard people do that in the Institute of Healthy Aging during term. So my way of approaching it would be writing to a PI or a postdoc and asking if they have opportunities for undergrads to work alongside their studies. But it might be a bit difficult. You really have to have really good time management for that. Like I would recommend not more than 10 hours a week, but yeah, time management is critical because you have to, in a way, satisfy the internship requirements. And at the same time, not let your studies fall behind. So from my experience, the only people that I know have done this are some students in biosciences who during term spend a few afternoons at the Institute of Healthy Aging. So yeah, I would try contacting that area of UCL.
Yeah, speaking of term time internships, because I think you said you're a first year student. So I have heard from my tutors at least that the UCL biology labs, they don't really, they don't in general welcome a lot of undergraduates for term time research. I don't know if they're available during the summer, and but you can certainly like maybe start from asking your personal tutor about it. Well, I do know that in Imperial College, there's like this internship thing called like a kind of like UROP. So it's an undergraduate research opportunities program. Basically, you can just talk to one of their researchers and organize a kind of like a internship or like studentship thing anytime during the term or maybe usually during the summer. But yeah, time management is a thing. I do know like in the America, they like to do term time research. So yeah, that's a good question.
I haven't personally done any research internships, but I know my course mate, she did it not term time, she did it during summer. And I think that's more convenient in the sense that you do not like combine it with your studies, but at the same time, it's easier on your visa as well. If you are an international student, you are bound to working hours. So it's either 20 working hours during term time or 40 hours during holidays. So since she was on holiday, she could like work. And the thing that I would advise you to do is what she's done. She has basically approached a professor that she liked his works. Like he was a biochemistry of protein professor, and she just approached him, wrote him an email, and he told her like, yeah, sure, like you can help me out with this project, and they were working together. And I think afterwards it led her to decide to do a PhD in that area.
Yeah. So I do know of some other people whose summer internships, like studentships, have actually led to like a term time internship the following year. So that might also be an option if you really want something to do during the term. Yeah. So would there be any more questions for the presenters?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your answers.
Yeah, okay. If there are no more questions, so you can either email one of our presenters, and if not, we'll just end the meeting here because I think we're like over time by 1 minute. Yeah, so thank you all for joining, and hopefully you would like to sign up to our society's future activities. We do have a lot of activities that would be in person, mind you. So the technical difficulties would probably be gone alongside with it. Yeah, so basically, yeah, that's it. And yeah, I'll just end the meeting here. Thank you, presenters and everybody for coming. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye. Good luck.
Okay. Good luck to you too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. See you. Okay. Yeah, I'll just end the meeting here.